And we are back once again. This is Frankly Football. We burning the midnight oil tonight. I'm Brandon.
I'm setting it off, Chris.
Yes, sir. And Chris, we was talking about some things, man. This Cowboys roster may undergo a bit of a musical chair, as you so eloquently put it.
Right.
Over this next week.
Right. Kind of just if you looked on the team, what would you change? What wouldn't you change? Who's on the seat that could change out? We saw the DEFCON 5 move with the offensive line.
I loved it.
And tomorrow is huge because we find out who comes back to practice. It's a lot of stuff up in the air about Lyle. None of it's really sounding any good. So, fingers crossed, toes crossed, whoever's fingers you can cross, hoping.
Eyes crossed if you need it.
Yeah, eyes crossed to get Tyron Smith back. And then you get the opportunity to move Brandon Knight back out to right tackle and move Zach Martin back in to right guard and run it that way. I think you get that opportunity to do that there. I'm sorry about that. Then you get with the wide receiver core, I think you're kind of set. And
yeah, absolutely.
I think you're absolutely set. Think piece that if things don't get better in the back half, do you take one of your assets of your Hydra?
Well, all right now, what are you talking about now? Take one of your assets and do what, Chris?
Do you take one of your listen, man, this is why we come into Frankly Football, because we put these kind of things out there in the atmosphere that people who are watching, spending time with us, subscribing, hitting the like button, could kind of think about it. If your secondary, after Chidobe comes back, after Brown comes back, do you use one of those assets if you don't go out and get Eric Reed, which I don't think you will go get.
No. But we're not gonna name that.
I don't care how much grace Jerry's working with. I don't think you're going to get Eric. If you're gonna go get the Jefferson kid, so if you're not gonna get those guys, do you take one of those pieces of your Hydra and trade it to get something to help you on defense?
The team must really want Cedric Wilson because he's the only one that I'm going to consider.
Maybe not.
I know.
If of all the guys that you have right now, who you think's got the biggest trade? Who has the biggest trade value right now?
Michael Gallup.
Right.
I wouldn't do it. You can't make me. I'll never do it.
I'm just putting it out because we're thinking if push comes to shove and you can't get better in your secondary, it's already been proven across the board. Not only do the Cowboys not want Earl, but I think the whole NFL has problems with Earl. I think it's something mental going on with Earl, but I also think because there are 32 owners and it's quote unquote that somebody got money from him saying that they colluded. I don't think they're going to play. I don't think anybody's going to take him. I think they're trying to win the grievance for that $10 million with him. That's going to be it. That's going to be an issue. But if I have to go get a safety and people want to trade some, and I don't want to trade it and give up any of those draft picks that I have, and I'm talking about those 6 top 100 draft picks you got going into this year.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah, it was lovely. But going to save my 2020 season, would I be willing to depart with a part of my 3-head Hydra?
I wouldn't even consider it. No. There's your answer. Now, speaking of the safety position, we touched on it briefly when discussing the loss of the Seahawks. I think that it's time to admit and be okay with the fact that X Woods is the guy. So obviously there does have to be consideration there. One guy that we have in-house that everyone wanted to succeed is Donovan Wilson. Because he even in the Garrett coaching regime, he had an eye for the ball.
You got a guy that you saw make plays, break on the ball, was known as a hitter at Texas A&M, and seemed like a playmaker, a difference maker in the secondary. So you're thinking if I can match up a playmaker like Donovan Wilson, which we saw in the preseason, and the young stallion, which is Trayvon Diggs, which we will be getting one of those jerseys here very, very soon. Yeah, I've made that decision. And match those two, then you got 2/4 of your secondary with the experience of Chidobe, with Anthony Brown coming back, and then maybe you can hide X Woods if you have to for the most part. But I think that may happen. Push come to shove, man. If it gets any worse, man, you might be, maybe trading maybe a 7th-round draft pick for the GOAT to bring him back home.
Stop it. Hey, you are talking a whole lot of madness today.
Hey man, it's late at night,
something in the water over there.
Hey, listen, man, it's late at night, and these are the things you think about when you're trying to. As we do as Cowboy YouTubers and guys who love this team, we're thinking. I think we sit up like Will McClay and everybody else trying to figure out how do we fix this, because you see the football team putting up 37 points a game. 30. Say that to yourself. 37. Not 37. 27 points a game. 40
okay, 27.
40 plus 31 is 71, plus another 17. That's 81. That's 88 points. Yeah, dag near. Yeah, 27 points a game. Offensively. Okay. That should be able to win in any league.
Absolutely.
So if I can just get my defense to give me 2, maybe 3 more stops and quit giving up big plays, I got a chance to be. It's not like in the past 3 weeks we have not been to the point that we've been totally blown out. We've been less. We lost what? We've lost
3 points and 7 points are our losses.
10 points, you're undefeated.
Absolutely.
So
now I want to kind of, swing it back to Donovan a little bit, because I'm not even going to give any credence to those Jeff Heath rumors.
Hey man. Here on Franklin Football, there's a couple of different things that are true. Coaching matters, right? Mm-hmm. Randy Dakota Prescott is the guy. And last but not least, Jeff Heath will always and forever be the GOAT.
I'm going to put that finger back down. Put that finger back down. I'm not giving any credence to that. So with Donovan, and I touched on this a little bit as well. How badly is he doing on that practice field, to the effect that we're going to keep X Woods out there struggling rather than giving him an opportunity? Is it just because he wasn't a Mike McCarthy acquired player? Is that something? Or is he just not showing up on the practice field?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of both. For one, this is a contract year for Xavier Woods. It's a make or break year for him. He's got to go be the guy. I think that's huge for him. I think also he isn't Mike McCarthy's guy. We already went with Mike McCarthy's guy, and we cut it.
Absolutely.
We cut him. We brought a guy in.
I will say this. I'm not totally opposed to even giving Ha Clinton Dix another call, because possibly you were wrong on him or something.
No, you can't. If that means I can't take this. I can't take this coaching staff serious or saying they're wrong when they've done something that we didn't think they would ever do. How they shuffle the offensive line mid-game. I think they're making the right evaluations. I think they were expecting maybe a little bit more activity with the pass rush, which I think is coming.
Absolutely.
Which is coming because you're getting pressure. You're definitely getting work from Alden. Tristan is turning into that guy on the inside. DeMarcus is almost there, pushing the pressure the other way. A lot of quarterback pressures, even though a lot of people say he's not getting a lot of tackles, he doesn't have any sacks, but he's being effective. Right. You're waiting for the light to click on with Everson Griffin. I think you're waiting for the front, your pass rush to be more than just Alden Smith. And if it's more than just Alden Smith, DeMarcus Lawrence, Tristan Hill, and another guy, then that may help the back end.
Absolutely. And that is what we predicted from this defense prior to the start of the season. We thought that the front
Absolutely.
would supply enough pressure and torment to give the defensive back end some slack. We
Absolutely.
just haven't gotten there yet. I think we almost there. The GPS says that the destination is near on that one.
Okay.
Now let's talk about the rest of this offensive line. Let's touch on Connor McGovern a little bit, because is he necessarily in the same situation that Donovan Wilson could potentially be in, not performing well in practice, or having a downside of not necessarily being a Mike McCarthy acquired player? Do you, and obviously Terrence Steele getting a nod over someone like Brandon Knight could lend credit to that theory.
Well, Terrence Plastic was going to get the nod because of Lyle's injury. Mm-hmm. Your swing tackle would have, if everything was great, your swing tackle would be Brandon Knight, because Brandon Knight has shown you he can play both sides of the ball, which is incredible. But you needed to have somebody who could back up Tyron, because he's going to miss 3 games, which he's done every year since 2014, correct?
2016. Each of the last 4 seasons, he has missed 3 games consistently.
Right. So we know we're going to miss that. I think with your offensive line, and going back to Connor McGovern, I think it's the same thing you have to say with Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz said that when he turned around his first year, his rookie year, his head was swimming. He was trying to figure out how things work out, learn how to work and do different things, and he wasn't injured. So Connor McGovern, he comes in as a rookie, gets hurt in August, tears his pectoral in August, and he's not having the opportunity to be with the team, work out, get the reps. And when you go to IR, back at that point, he wasn't IR to return. He was IR. He wasn't with the team. And that makes it, crazy for him. So he's essentially still a rookie. Even though he's got a whole year in the NFL, he's essentially body-wise, technique-wise, a rookie. And so I don't think it's the fact that he's not getting better. I just don't think he's ready to go on the field right now. I don't think he can play at this level. I think he's got the frame to play. I just don't think he has the technique and stuff to be able to play. And I think it's smart by the coaches to have to say, you know what? I know he'll be able to play later. I know he's a guy, but we got to get him up to speed. He's almost kind of like redshirting his second year because he lost his first year as a rookie.
I really hope that's not the case, because, a lot of my successful offensive lines required either Lyle or Tyron, and missing both of them, that increases Connor McGovern's need, because you have to shift guys out elsewhere.
You had to, by Lyle being hurt and having his problem, it really flipped your whole situation, because Lyle was moving into being the best offensive lineman, or maybe second best offensive lineman on the football team. I think it was trending that Zach Martin was the best. Lyle was trending to being better, and then Tyron was just being Tyron, who Tyron is. Being the third best isn't that bad, especially when he's one of the top tackles. But as being elite, Lyle was trending towards elite. Zach Martin is elite, and then going in that direction. But, because of injury, and because I want Joe Looney off the field altogether, I can only pray that Tyron comes back healthy this week. I can move Brandon Knight over the right tackle, and he can stay healthy and play the whole year. Zach Martin kicks back inside. Tyler Biadasz becomes my center. And Connor Williams goes on fighting great 3 techniques. Because absolutely. I don't think Connor Williams is as bad as everybody says he is. I said on Twitter, when a guy turned around and he plays a defensive player of the year, 3 Pro Bowlers, and he's out there fighting his behind off, but he loses maybe 5 plays in those 3 weeks, the guy's not a bum. The guy's very, very serviceable.
Hey, man, and I can tell you what, Seattle would have took Connor Williams to replace either of their guards. I can tell you that much.
Absolutely. And him and about 31 other teams in the league would make the same thing. Would take him and put him on the team. So I definitely think that's true.
Absolutely. So to kind of sum it all up, because we ain't want to take too much of y'all time. It's
right.
a lot of shifting that can happen at the front of this offense and at the back of this defense. Obviously, this is going to be Wednesday. This is going to be a very important day because you get to see who practices, who potentially comes in for a workout. So we'll have more information for you as we record later on in the week. Anything else you wanted to touch on, Chris?
No, man. I think we're getting there, man. And I know it's frustrating. So as you, me and you talked before, hey man, we gotta hold on. We gotta hold on. We have to hold on. We have to trust. And I don't want to use this term, but you got to trust the process of this team rounding into form. If I wasn't scoring any points and I was getting scored on, I would feel bad, right? If I wasn't scoring any points and, my defense was leaky all over, not ever showing any signs of getting off the field, I would feel bad. But what I am doing, I'm scoring points. My quarterback is being who I know he can be. I know if I can get some more solidarity on my offensive line, I can get Zeke going forward. And I think this team will be all right, man. I think we're going to be all right. I think if I get an opportunity to play Seattle in the postseason, which I hope I do, I beat Seattle.
Yeah,
I beat Seattle.
Maybe, especially if we get the help on the way that we're expecting.
Absolutely.
So I think that's all we got, man. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Go back and like every video. Watch them all, of course, because we need that for this YouTube algorithm to work in our favor. So hey, it was great talking ball. As always, I'm Brandon.
Hey man, I'm set it off, Chris, man. Make sure if you do that, go back and as you take time this week and look at these videos, drop a question. Drop your comments. We love interacting with you guys, man. Continue to like and share, get people to find out who we are. And man, just come on and spend some time with us. We just two guys, man, who love the Dallas Cowboys, who love football, and love to have that conversation with people all over, man. So I'm set off, Chris, man. My main man, Brandon, man. We'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
Peace.